God of all created things, master of all generations,
who is extolled with a multitude of praises, who conducts God's world with kindliness and God's creatures with compassion. Adonai neither slumbers nor sleeps. God arouses those who sleep and awakens those who slumber. And God gives speech to the mute and releases the imprisoned, supports those who have fallen and straightens the bent.
To you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone, to you alone we give thanks. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
To you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone, to you alone we give thanks. Ilulu, 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 body will exclaim, were our mouths filled with song as the sea, and our tongues lapping joy like the waves, and our lips singing praises broad as the sky, and our eyes like the sun and the moon, and our arms open wide as eagle's wings, and our feet leaping light as the deer's. It would not be enough. It would not be enough. It would not be enough to tell the wonder.
To you alone,
To you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone we give thanks.
Whoa, whoa.
To you alone,
To you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone,
to you alone we give thanks. We give thanks.
we give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks. Zamru Adonai Bechinor
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to our empty sanctuary. Cantor, I can barely see you over there.
That's because your eyes aren't good.
That's true. Let us begin by singing how good it is for us to come together like this, even though it's virtual. It's so nice that you're with us this evening. Let's sing. Hine ma tov, how good it is.
Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. We need to get ourselves going, our bodies vibrating, a little singing, and really tap into the spiritual side of our lives as we welcome Shabbat. It's so nice to welcome Shabbat. but now we have to bring the light of Shabbat into the room. We're going to be heading to one of our board of directors, Jackie Casorla, with Fred and Matthew, somewhere in Beverly Hills, to light the candles.
Good evening. My name is Fred Honfeld, and this is my wife, Jackie Casorla, and our son, Matthew. We would like to welcome you to our home this evening for the Shabbat candle lighting.
We also want to wish everyone health and safety during these trying times.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kadishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
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 Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We move to Shalom Aleichem now, as we welcome in the Sabbath. We welcome in the ministering angels who are going around to all of our homes to seeing if we've lit the candles. They're lit here. We know they're lit at the Casorlas. Hopefully they're lit in your home as well. And as the angel passes, the angel, one will turn to the other and say, I hope all the houses of Israel are like this house.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Here we go.
Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Baruchuni leshalom.
Baruchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom. Baruchuni leshalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Mimelech
Malchei Amlachim,
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Zeitchem leshalom.
Zeitchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom. Zeitchem leshalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
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 HaKadosh Baruch Hu. As we now sink deeper into our service, getting ready for our main prayers, but still in this Kabbalat Shabbat, this welcoming of Shabbat and bringing Shabbat into our lives, We take that time now to pause between the week that was and the week that will be. The world is never fully at peace. The world never rests. The world is filled with moments of violence and sadness. The world is filled with joy and amazing moments. The world is just like our lives, always moving, always changing, always looking for harmony. We are here tonight for peace. We are here from the short rest of the pace of our lives. We too feel sadness and anxiety, physical and emotional pain. We too feel joy and love and miracles. We're always moving and changing. And we're here tonight for harmony. Let us take the time to retreat from our regular week. Let us take this moment to reflect upon our lives, our loves, our pain, our joy. Let us take this virtual gathering to be with each other in song and prayer and silence and peace. Let us breathe it into our souls with a long breath. Let us do that breath. Let us breathe it into our minds with a full breath. Let us find a place in our minds and our hearts that holds on to love and peace and let go of stress and anxiety. Let us smile. Let us breathe. Let us be. Let us enter this time together open and clear from everything that's thrown at us during the week. Let us be here with harmony. Let us be here in Shabbat. I invite all of us to take a moment to reflect upon the week that was, so that we may bring ourselves into the week that will be. Chazarat HaShavua, a review of the week.
Ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 lekrat kala. Ya la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nekah vela. Ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 lekrat kala. גיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. יאי לי לי, יאללה לה לה לי לך דודי, יאללה לה לה לי לקראת כלה, יאללה לה לה לי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה, יאללה לה לה לי לך דודי, יאללה לה לה לי לקראת כלה, יאללה לה לה לי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובסהולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, יאי לי לי, יאללה לה לה לי לך דודי, יאללה לה לה לי לקראת כלה, יאללה לה לה לי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה, יאללה לה לה לי לך דודי, יאללה לה לה לי לקראת כלה, יאללה לה לה לי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה.
We move now to the first prayer in the central portion of our service and the Baruch Hu. If you're home and you'd like to rise or you're already standing, you may stay that way.
Baruch Hu et Adonai
take time now to connect ourselves. There's an energy inside of us. That energy is a part of the whole energy of the universe. And this prayer, the Shema, says we're part of that oneness. We're connected to it. We're connected to it personally. We sing Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Let us continue with Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן.
We move now to Micha Mocha, that moment when the Israelites were free and realized the power of God. Yana la 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 la, yana la la la, yana la 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 la, yana la, yana la 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 la, yana la la la, yana la 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 la. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh think about tonight. The moment where we're going to sleep. We ask for there to be a shelter of peace coming over us. But for that matter, why can't that shelter of peace come now as we're singing and gathered together like this? We ask for that peace to come over us tonight so that when we wake up tomorrow, there's just one more measure of peace in the world, and hopefully that will permeate throughout the world so that it'll be one measure more peaceful.
Vayi navash Shamru b'nei Yisrael et
Hashabbat
la'asot et Hashabbat לדורותם ברית עולם לדורותם ברית עולם לדורותם ברית עולם לדורותם ברית עולם. Take it away or not.
Before we turn to the Amidah and our personal prayers, where I'm sure you'll be thinking of those family members, friends, even people that are just acquaintances that are ill right now, I'm sure that our private prayers are going to be filled with people that we care about. But now we need to do a moment of communal prayer where we join together and we help each other get through difficult times. As we sing Mishaberach, we'll sing the first part, and that's really for us to have strength, for us to be there for those people that need us. Sometimes it's hard to get off the couch and give someone a call or go and visit them, but it's so appreciated that someone's looking out for them, that someone's thinking about a person that isn't feeling well. It sometimes helps them recover. 1/60th, it says in the Talmud, that a person recovers that much if you just go and visit them or talk to them or go be with them. And then in the middle, at this time you can start writing in some names that we can call out between the first and second verse. All the names of those people that you love, all the names of those people you're connected to, so that we can gather these names and call them out together, and then in the second half of the prayer concentrate on all of the names that were called so that they could have a speedy recovery from whatever ails them, whether it is recovery of the body or recovery of the soul. Our prayers are with all of those that are suffering at this time. Mishaberach.
Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Penina Landau, Dan Burke, Abel Isaac Shore, Stephen Shanine Yosef Ben Sarah, Helene and Andy Hale, Uncle Paul Katz, Larry Ehrenberg, Larry Stemple, Alan Scobin, Manuel Rodriguez, Claude Moradi, Warren Roston, John Manilon, Elizabeth Goldman, Ike Silverhart, Howard Silverhart, Ed Silverhart, Christina Silverhart, Denise Wall, Connie's sister, Steffi M. Gilbert, Steve Lowenstein, Hannah Leah Bat Hayasura,
Mary Kramer, Chaya Surabat Rachel Leah, Avriel Ellenport, the whole Kramer family, Charlotte Sine, Lewis Williams, and Darcy Kolstad. Those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Charlotte, Sinai, Jenny, McGee, all of the first responders and those suffering today with coronavirus.
With the love that we carried into that prayer, may we rise together. We will rise here. You may rise in your home for our own private prayers. We'll sing this first line together, and then we'll go quiet so that you can take time for your own prayers in your heart.
During the Amidah, the prayer that we just prayed, during the weekday, we ask God for things. But on Shabbat, we praise God and we ask for peace. That's what we ask for. But this next song that we're going to close the Amidah with, Retzei Adonai Eloheinu. God, may we, your people Israel, and all over the world, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you in this land, in all lands, you are our God. To you we serve. Retzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Retzei Adonai Eloheinu.
Normally at this time, we've been going into the home of Rabbi Bassin, Rabbi Lutz, our rabbinic intern Hannah Elkin. And this week it's my turn to, and Rabbi Geller, as a matter of fact, last week. This week it's my turn to offer words of Torah, and I was debating whether I should just stay at home and record it, but alas, we're here together, so let's take advantage of that. I'm sure you've heard the song, "This Land is Your Land." Woody Guthrie, sing a little bit of that. This land is your land, this land is my land. Cut. It's touting that each of us from New York City to the coastal highway, that this place, this country, this land indeed is ours. I don't think Woody Guthrie read the Torah portion this week, because in our Torah portion in 25:23, it tells a different story in Leviticus. The section of the Torah we read this week talks about the need to rest the land every 7 years, the Shemitah, and then after a series of 7 of those 7-year periods, that next year is the Yovel, is the Jubilee year, when all the land is redeemed by the original owners of that land. And then comes verse 23, where we begin to understand who the land actually belongs to. God says, "For the land is mine. You are strangers and temporary residents with me." The land is mine, and you are temporary strangers. Rashi tells us that we shouldn't complain about this because it's true. Ecclesiastes says, "One generation goes, another generation comes, and the land, the earth, endures forever." Maimonides, in his book Guide to the Perplexed, posits that if we were not to exist, God would still exist. But if God were not to exist, then we would not exist. Our planet has all the resources that we need to live. And those resources are here whether we use them or not. Depending on how we use those resources, in fact, they can be destructive or they can be constructive. But we don't own those resources. We didn't create them. We didn't ask for them. We had no part in the existence of every resource that's on this planet. And yet, we are dependent upon them for our existence. The 4 basic elements of air, water, earth, and fire, they aid in our survival, but they don't belong to us. They were here before we got here, and they will be here when we are no longer a part of this conscious world. We are, as it states in this Torah portion, strangers and temporary residents. Our world's predicament at this very moment in history only accentuates this point. No one owns this virus. It is also a stranger and hopefully a very temporary resident, just as we are. But at the same time, the existence of this natural phenomenon has reiterated the point about our human existence. Human beings are fragile. And what we deem as important isn't even considered in the natural world. What we create, what we build, what we do is limited to the time that we spend on this planet. And although we want to believe that what we do here on earth does really matter and remains in place long after we are here, consider that the existence of humanity represents 1% of the earth's existence, about 200,000 years. One generation goes, Another generation comes, yet the earth remains forever. In essence, we've shown up relatively recently, and we need to accept with humility that we are only borrowing this home we call Earth for the time that we exist here, which is for most of us less than 100 years. The question that comes up for me, or the questions that arise, when I consider the fact that the Earth really doesn't belong to us, and that we are merely temporary residents here, is in two areas. One is the environment, and the other is our personal spiritual lives. First of all, on the environment, how do we look the next generation in the face if we leave them with a damaged and irreversible environment to live with in their lifetime? It's kind of like eating all of the food in the refrigerator, and then your small child comes up to you and says, "What can I have to eat?" And you tell them, "Go get your own food. The fridge was full when I wanted to eat." The environment affects the world without desire. It doesn't care about whether you live or you die, or who you are, or what you believe in. And it doesn't care about how much money you have or your house of residence. It has no desire at all. It just is. Not protecting the planet for the temporary residents who come after us is selfish and, frankly, unforgivable. The spiritual question that arises for me has to do with what is ours. What actually is ours? If we are temporary dwellers on this planet, and none of it belongs to us permanently, I can only really think of one thing that does belong to each of us and to the other nearly 8 billion people on this planet, is we are all sharing this very time in existence. We are all brought into this world now by total chance, and all of us share that. We share the fact that we are all limited in our time here. And that leads me, and maybe I'm a little Pollyanna, but it leads me to one conclusion about what we need to do in our lives. And that is we must approach every other person that's sharing this time and this space with love. We must recognize that none of us is above the other. That we are all temporary residents in a world that doesn't depend upon us for its existence, but we certainly do depend upon each other for our existence. What will it take to recognize that we are one human race? I thought that the pandemic could do just that. And I have seen, and I'm sure you have seen as well, the incredible stories of the frontline workers and the medical people and people from all walks of life performing good deeds and mitzvot and helping others and living with that biblical invitation to love your neighbor as yourself. There are many, many people that are doing that are living their lives with love for the others that they're sharing the time on this planet with. And I applaud all of you. I appreciate the help that each one of you is giving to others. And I'm in awe of the bravery and resilience of so many of the people in the world. And yet, this week, I was on a Zoom call with 80 other clergy from the Los Angeles area, religious leaders, who were gathered together by our city attorney, Mike Fuhr, who also happens to be a member of the congregation. The call was about the increase in hate incidences in the Asian and Pacific Islander communities because the virus originated in China. A virus that takes human life could have come from anywhere. And the suffering of the people of this world isn't prejudice. It kills the same wherever you live, whether you live in Asia or Europe or South America or North America or Africa or Australia. It kills people of all races, all religious beliefs. It doesn't care if you're married or single or old or young or what gender you are. It doesn't care if you're good or if you're bad. What matters is that it kills human beings. And that's everyone. That's all nearly 8 billion of us. At a time when our existential survival is at stake, we need to reach out to each other with love and compassion. We don't have the luxury of being petty, of blaming, of hating. The only way that we survive together is by being together, by helping each other, by working together to combat the threat that is in front of every single person in this world. That's why we're sheltering at home. That's why there is literally nobody in the aisles in our sanctuary tonight. That is how we are showing love for each other. The world is not ours. It is but lent to us. Our life is not guaranteed. It is gifted to us. Let us realize that the only thing that belongs to us is that gift of life. And the person next to us, no matter how different or the same they are, is also living as a temporary resident here, just like us. We share this time on the planet, and that's all we have. Let us not waste the time with hate or blame, but strive for holiness and love between people through the actions that we take to make life better for all of those who share this incredible gift of the earth and its fullness. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to turn now to our concluding prayers. But first, thank you. First, we need to count the Omer. I'm going to rise to do this. Thank you, Daniel. So as we count the Omer tonight, after we're done, I'll bring you in on the spiritual dimension of this Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. היום 37 שהם 5 שבועות ושני ימים לעומר. I didn't change this. Today is the 37th day, which is 5 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Tonight and tomorrow we are in Gvura of Yesod, in power and might of bonding or foundation. And it is for us to consider the power of the bonds that we have with the people we love, and to take those bonds and strengthen them in the next 24 hours, so that every single person that we are in contact with, which right now isn't as many as it used to be, that relationship that we have is strong, and then it's built upon a strong foundation so that love will endure. Now we're going to move towards Aleinu, and after that we will be reading off the Kaddish. So if you'd like to start to write names in of those people that you need to say Kaddish for tonight, please do so, and we'll get there in one moment.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים מיוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגבהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We move now to Kaddish Yatom, where we will hear in a moment names of those in our congregation who have passed away at this season in years past, the last 30 days, or perhaps you're in the first year after the death of a loved one. We remember Barry and Carol Kay, Diane Ring, Theodore Kramer, and Debbie Robbins Bruno, all who have passed in the last 30 days. If you look up on the screen, you will see all of those names of those that have passed in years past. And these are the names that you have written in.
Mike Hughes, Ted Golden, Gabby Albin, Pauline Lebman, Charles Edward Hale, Shelley Cohen, Frida Katz, Bess Lurie, Jamie Ben Bach, Shirley Newman, Hillary Asher, again Theodore Kramer, Molly Quinn.
It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me. Your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing to love what death has touched. If you'd like to rise, you may do so at this time as we read Kaddish Yatom together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'l'olmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu, le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, Tushbachata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemayim, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael,
Vimru. Amen. Ose shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Vimru. Amen.
May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to our world between every person in it. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. Right now, we are going to head out to Brentwood, California, and our executive director, Matt Davidson. Matt has a few announcements. Matt?
Shabbat Shalom, I'm Matt Davidson, your executive director, and I'm delighted to be with you this Shabbat evening. Thank you to our incredible clergy team for another inspiring Shabbat service, and a special shout out to Dan Tater, our amazing sound engineer. Thank you also to Robert Amaro, our director of security, our maintenance crew, and our whole Temple Emmanuel staff who are working behind the scenes tirelessly every day to keep temple operations going. Just a brief note to mention tomorrow's Shabbat services begin at 10 a.m., followed by Torah study at 11:30, and you can access them through jewittathome.com and just click through once you go there. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Stay safe and healthy, and Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome back. We are going to be ending our service tonight.
It's like a stadium in here all of a sudden. Do you hear that?
We're going to be ending our service tonight. You know, after I wrote my Devar Torah, I realized everything that's expressed in the Devar Torah I just gave is expressed in this song, Responsible for Each Other, which was our theme last year for 2018-2019. But I just wanted to bring it back for tonight. The words will be up there for you. Please join singing with us. And we're just hoping that there is more and deeper connections between all people as we head into Shabbat.
We hope that everybody will join us. The next 2 weeks, we have two very special services.
So special.
So special. Next week is what would normally have been our Memorial Day barbecue, but we will still celebrate Memorial Day, commemorate Memorial Day. We will also be celebrating our teens. We will be giving awards. We have musical presentations coming from all over the city and speeches, and you'll hear a little bit about what our teens have been up to. The following week, we celebrate Los Angeles Pride with our Pride Shabbat, another opportunity to see members from all over our community on your screens. So we really hope that you will join us.
Yeah, they will. If you were here last week for our Sisterhood Shabbat, it was so incredible to see everybody in their homes and reading, and the energy between us was fantastic. So please join us for that. We are all circling around the same sun. We are all here to play our part. We are all breathing in the same air. We are all walking works of art. We are all responsible for each other. We are all filled with our own blessings. We are all living with our pain. We are all keeping it together. We are all trying to stay sane. We are all responsible for each other. Responsible for each other.
Responsible for each other. We are all searching for our wholeness. We are all feeling incomplete. We are all yearning for a good life. We are all living with defeat. We are all responsible for each other.
sisters, no matter what we see. On the outside, we look different but the same, you and me. Missing the big picture that we're sharing time and space. If we're disconnected, then connect to the human race. We are all given the gift we call life. We are all free to decide. We are all each other's neighbors. We are all sharing the same ride. We are all circling round the same sun. We are all here to play our part. We are all breathing in the same air. We are all walking works of art. We are all responsible for each other. We are all
Responsible for each other.
responsible for each other. Responsible for each other.
Responsible for each other.
Responsible for each other.
Responsible for each other.
Yeah, responsible for each other.
Responsible for each other.
Yeah, la, 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 la. Baruch atem b'vorachem. Baruch atem b'tzeitchem. You were blessed as you came into this space virtually. May you be blessed as you go forward. Shabbat shalom.